Helps I put the camera on. Hi Renee, how you doing? Happy New Year. 2026 is upon us. No, I didn't forget this time. I literally set it up way before the time I was due to start. So yes, I suddenly thought it's Monday. I better get my stream set up. I'm not on the beer tonight. Cup of tea. Uh, I had a couple of beers this afternoon and a 2 hour walk right down to the other end of the area. So I'm not having any more to drink tonight. I'm a little bit knackered as well, so I'm gonna have an early night tonight as well. I would have forgotten, but luckily I just remembered that I had to set the stream up. So let's make sure I've got.
What do you think happened to Rugby last night? No, hit by a truck, fell off a bridge, drowned in the Thames. Third time's a charm. Oh, she's looking for a set. I think he's gonna let us go, you know. He doesn't know us. Right, if by some miracle he does find out, he knows the school. It's not very hard. Mama, I just don't. No. Harry, you wanted this, right? Forget about him. Start with your thoughts. One step at a time. Yeah? Right. Got it.
Just putting the message out to try and get more people in.
We are doing this for Anthony.
There we go.
For Anthony.
All sorted. Hey Shadows, greetings from the battlefield. You playing online, are you, with some Sniper Elite stuff? Oh, I'll tell you what, a cup of tea at times is just the right thing. Just the right thing for you. Happy New Year, Shadows, by the way. 2026 is here. Sniper Elite 5 with friends, private lobby, 2v2, shenanigans. All right, you got Natalie in there. It's best to have private lobbies anyway. The amount of abuse and the amount of stuff with people online, it's just ridiculous. I've seen streamers have to mute their microphones or mute the other person and only play with the people they know because of the way that others talk and the way they speak to you and the way they are. It's just ridiculous. I celebrated my 51st birthday on the 2nd. Oh, congratulations. Happy birthday for the 2nd. 10 days ago. Hope you had a nice day. We talk in the Discord group chat. Oh, that's better. Yeah, a lot of people play online and voices get recorded, and you should hear the way that some people are. I mean, no wonder they mute their mics now, you know? It's ridiculous. They're so abusive, trolling, rude. They get really personal, nasty comments and stuff. It's not worth having people talking online now. I can see why everyone goes private. People online are just scumbags these days. Talking of online, there was a video went out earlier. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of him, Jay Station. Years ago, he lied about his girlfriend being dead, and he did it for clicks, views, and money and stuff. And then she came on to a video stream and told everybody that she was all in good health and she was very much alive, and it blew him out the water, and he got banned off YouTube for permanently, I think. But how he got back on today, I really don't know. Beardo covered it, and hello Natalie, welcome in. Happy New Year. Yeah, Beardo covered it in a video earlier on. But how the guy got back on YouTube now after being banned, I think once he's put this video out, he's going to get banned again because he's used his real name and his name on YouTube. So if YouTube flagged that and know he's already been banned, however he got back on YouTube again, he's going to get banned again after that video's gone out. Well, I hope he does anyway, because that bloke just does not deserve to be on the platform, and it's his own fault with whatever's happened because of his actions. So he's only got himself to blame. And the guy's a dick anyway, so. I mean, who brings up the subject of a dead girlfriend that's not even dead just for clicks, views, and money? Sick, absolutely sick. How's your day been, Natalie? Haven't seen you in Strain stream. Strain was streaming today. Haven't seen you in there. I suppose you were doing SE5, weren't you, with Shadows and a couple others? Oh, I'm getting tired now. My eyes are stinging. I had a late night. Well, I didn't have a late night. I went to bed early last night. I woke up about 1 o'clock and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Had some breakfast. Went and met my dad. He took me in the car back to their house. My mum had an appointment. Then when she left, me and my dad left, and we walked 2 hours up to the other end of the area. Stopped off for a drink there and got a lift home, and I'm starting to feel it now that I am sitting down because I'm not doing anything, and the less you do, the more tired you start feeling now. Oh, it's been a day. Oh. I've not had a good time lately. Lost 2 members of my family last week, and I've had a stressful weekend. And night I'm doing some shenanigans. I just lost track of time. Shadow reminded me. No, that's okay. That's fine. I've had some. Well, it's not actually for me, but I knew the person. My flatmate had some bad news the other day. One of his friends is only my age. He passed away just after Christmas. We don't know what the circumstances are, but he spent Christmas with his family, and then after Christmas has ended, he died. So we've got a funeral to try and get to, but it's at Chatham, and it's about 50, 60 quid on the train to get up there, and I don't know if I can afford to go. So I'll have to wait and see on that one. But sorry for your loss, Natalie. Hope you're doing all right. My condolences to you, family and friends at this time. I'm going to have to put you in the naughty corner for the yawn. Oh, I can't. If you've been up since like 1 o'clock in the morning and you've done nearly 24 hours and you're trying to stay awake and do... It's because I've sat down. If I was up moving around, I wouldn't be yawning as much as this. But because I'm relaxed and I'm not doing anything, it makes you feel more tired than you actually are. Yeah, no, it's all right. I know you're only teasing. It's fine. No offence taken. Oh, that's lovely. I'm drinking tea to try and keep myself awake at the moment. I had a few drinks this afternoon, so I don't really want any more now. Oh, well, I don't know how long this stream's going to go for. I might fall asleep as I'm doing it. You might see me in a minute. Like, you'll be watching a sleep stream, me snoring and everybody talking. I'm not seeing it because I've gone off. Yeah, it would be all right, coffee, but A, I haven't got any in, and B, it's my flatmate's in his cupboard, and C, I don't drink it anyway. Ooh. Only on the rare occasion when I'm out and about, I'll stop off and have maybe a vanilla latte or cappuccino or something. But it's only once in a blue moon that I actually drink coffee. I don't touch the stuff at all. I just don't enjoy it. I like a nice cup of tea. You get all different flavours. To me, coffee just tastes the same all the time. Don't matter whether you get a premium one, a really top-notch one. I just think they taste the same, and I'm really not not bothered about it. But a cup of tea, yeah, beautiful. And the other thing is, if you stop drinking coffee for a little while, you start getting massive headaches and stuff. And that's what happened to me before, so I don't drink it now. The only other time I actually got headaches was when I detoxed for a couple of weeks. The first few days, I was just getting really, really bad headaches. I didn't know if I could ever think that I could leave it alone for at least 2 weeks. You know, when you start getting all those headaches, you feel like having one to try and calm it down. But you have to go with the flow. And yeah, I was, oh, it was horrible. 3 days later, I was fine. You know, but then you feel different when you go back on it again about 2 weeks later when you've not touched it for that long. You're a bit jolly after one or two. I barely ever drink coffee. No, me neither, as I've just explained. Almost everything I drink has different levels of caffeine in. The ones that I normally have sometimes are the energy drinks. I don't touch Red Bull, don't like it. It's too sugary and powdery for me. It's always got a weird taste. It tastes like powder as well in the drink, so I don't really touch it. But I've been drinking the Lucasade Blue, Relentless Raspberry, which is 0 sugar, or Relentless Fruit Punch. I think they got out now in a couple other flavours. Other than that, I might have like one of the bottles of the hydration stuff at times, but yeah, I try not to have too much. But tea, I drink a lot of tea at the moment, so Yeah, everything's got some form of caffeine in it, except for beer. That's the one thing that another thing that I like having. I think I drink too much. I mean, we're supposed to have a recommended level that you drink per day, and I think me and my dad both exceed that. You know, we drink far more than we should. On a Sunday, we have like a couple of drinks out in the afternoon. Then back at the house, I have well, we all have. We share out a bottle of Cava, Prosecco, or something, and then we go on to the wine when we're having a meal, and that's more than the recommended daily consumption, and we do that every Sunday. So, yeah, still, it's better than smoking, isn't it? Better than smoking away, I think. Anyway, I did start smoking years ago, but I gave it up. I've not had a cigarette now for 25 years or more now. Cigar, like Henry Winterman's or something like that, now and then. But I don't smoke at all now. My mum found out. I came home smelling of fags, and I said that it was my friend smoking, and it all got on my clothes. And she said, "Why are you in the shower then?" I said, "Well, I'm just getting cleaned up." So she said, "Have you been smoking?" That was when I came out the shower, obviously. She said, "Have you been smoking?" And I told her. I went, "Yeah, I tried it while I was with my friend Ian." And she said to me, "If you want to, like some people's mums have done, I don't know if all of you had it, but she said, if you want to smoke, you can come down into the lounge with me and Dad and you can smoke in there." And the thought of that, I was like, nah. So I stopped. And as I said, I haven't had a cigarette or anything for about 25 years now. Hi, David. Welcome in. Happy New Year. Hope your 2026 is off to a good start. That goes for everybody else in the chat as well. I'm only going to do the hour tonight, 7:30 to 8:30. Not going to do any longer than that. I'm feeling a bit tired. I've been yawning from some of the streams, so I don't want to have you bear witness to all of that. Oh, you're welcome, David. So I'd rather set myself up for the rest of the night. I've had something to eat. I got myself a cup of tea, which I've now finished. I'm doing my stream, so I'm all well ahead of everything tonight. I haven't forgotten about the stream like I did last Monday. And once the stream is done, I'm going to watch a bit of TV, and then I'm going to have an early night tonight. Not too early and not too late. And then I'm going to get myself sorted out for tomorrow. So that is my plan. When you're feeling tired and you've been up since, as I said, 1 o'clock this morning, and you've gone right through until now, there's no point staying up late. While you're tired, you might as well get the benefit of sleep, you know? You stay up longer, and then you feel overtired. You've exceeded the hours, and you're wide awake, and then in the end, you end up going to bed way later than you should have done. So, yeah, I'm sticking to the early night tonight. Oh dear. So what's everyone done today? You know what I've done? What's everyone else been up to? And don't forget, if you've got anything you want to talk about, let me know in the chat, and we can take it from there. You need rest is not a character flaw. No, it's right. But sometimes you can feel okay being awake for a long, long time because you feel pretty much awake and stuff. But later on, you start flagging, and then you get more and more tired. But as I said, I don't see the point of not going to bed when you feel tired, because by the time you make that longer and longer and longer, you extend that time, the less tired you are and the more awake you become. So by that time, there's no point going for any sleep because you're not going to get any. So, yeah, always take it when you can get it. Bit like anything else in life, you know. I've been playing Sniper Elite 5 all day so far. Okay. I did a couple of recordings, got them all edited and put up on the channel today. I got this week on Xbox up with a brand new thumbnail, giving you an insight into 2026 highly anticipated video games, behind the scenes and extras and everything else. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis trailer, Code Violet trailer, and Forza Horizon 6 trailer. And there's more to come, so there'll be more on the channel over the next few days. I'm trying to motivate myself because at the moment I've become very, I wouldn't say lazy, but I've lost enthusiasm some days to put content up, and I really should get myself out of that mindset and just, say to myself, even if you do 1 or 2 things a day or something like that, get something up and get it done. The more you look at it and think, nah, and the more you put it off, the more your channel's at risk of not getting picked up by the algorithm, and they're not noticing that you're putting up any content because you are not doing it. And then your channel suffers. So I've really got to get my new year. My resolution has got to be get your head out of wherever it is and get yourself sorted out and get editing and get some of these videos up. I've left it too long, and I've got to stop these days where I'm like, no, I don't think I can be bothered today. You've got to be consistent when you're on YouTube. Otherwise, as I said, your channel will not get noticed, and all the other channels above you or below you will all start pushing you further down the pile. So you have to keep going. So I'm going to have to get my mind into the mindset of get it done. Don't sit there and go, no, I'll do it later. Get it done and put it up there, I don't know what it is. Sometimes I just get to a point where I'm like, I can't be bothered editing today. I'm really not in the mood. I sit down thinking, yeah, I'm going to do some editing. It's going to be great. And I'll sit down and look at the screen. I'm like, yeah, don't know if I can be bothered right now. Then I close the program and I don't do it. So that shit has got to stop. Otherwise, what's the point? All this backed up videos that I've got and all this other content that I need to put up that I'm just shelving and putting on the back burner all the time. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Have you had a dodgy looking YouTube account subscribed to you? No, I haven't, but not yet anyway that I know of. But what's that all about, David? Did you get something? I had an appointment today for my eyes, but it got cancelled because they said there's an issue with my insurance. Oh, God, that's great, isn't it? Good job it's not urgent, isn't it? If it was urgent and they cancelled it, wouldn't be too good, would it? If you really needed to, get down there and get your eyes tested, to make sure everything's okay, and it's been cancelled, not very good, is it? Hopefully you'll get another one booked and they'll get you in a bit quicker on another date as well.
This one is cinnamon swirl.
No, no, I do know that there are scam hackers back again though, because like last year when the Ouija brothers lost their channel, Beardo lost his yesterday or the day before. He got his channel taken over by the crypto hackers again. and they changed all his Google and everything else, and YouTube and Google had to step in to get it sorted. It's the same sort of thing that happened to, as I said, the Ouija brothers last year. But he just put a statement out saying that he got it back, and earlier on, he had a video out covering J Station, which I was talking about earlier, just before Natalie turned up. So, yeah, I hope he's not back on YouTube too long. That bloke, some of the shit that he's pulled, it wouldn't go today on today's platform. No way. Yeah. Somehow they took over his whole channel or something and remade it into some crypto channel again, and yeah, he fought hard to get it back and eventually got it back. So all credit to him. I'm happy that he did. You know, a lot of people don't like Beardo. They got something against him because they think he's out to get everybody. He's gonna, you know, tear to pieces everybody's video and things like that. And if you don't like him, you don't like him. Don't watch him. If you do like it, then watch it. But there's no need for people to take, you know, glory in the fact that he's, you know, possibly lost his channel. I mean, before this happened, he potentially could have lost his channel with the copyright strikes from the other people that he debunked. Just because they didn't like what he said, they copyright struck him, which could have cost him his channel, his livelihood and everything. But he got through that and got his channel back. And now with this crypto scammer thing, he just got his channel back again. So I don't see why people take happiness in the fact that other people could be in a bad position. If you don't like people's content and you don't like what they say about the content or your content, there's no need for you to be all happy, clapping your hands, licking your chops and celebrating that he might not be on YouTube anymore. You know, that's a bit too far. You don't really want to wish for somebody to have something that bad happen to them, you know, and then laugh at them because you think somebody like that is going to be off the platform. You haven't got to worry about them, you know. It's just a sad state of affairs right now. Hi, Jay, welcome in. Happy New Year. How you doing? Everyone welcome Jay in and show him a bit of love. He's going through a bit of a bad time at the moment. I'm not gonna say what is happening on the live because that's personal. Now, I know about it, but I wouldn't go putting that out on here during the live on Monday night. But yeah, he's not doing too well at the moment with personal issues. So you know, everybody give him a little bit of love and support, and you know, cheer him up a bit. Oh, Raw started already. Yeah, Jason told me about that. What's the first match? We got Lyra Valkyrie and who's she partnered with? Again, or is this a triple threat? No, we'll find out in a minute. It's the women's tournament, I think. I'm not sure. I missed a bit at the beginning. Oh, you're welcome, Jay. It's all right. Hope you're doing all right. Everything's slowly getting better for you. How's your day been? You've been at work today, I suppose, haven't you? If you want to pop round at some point in the week, you can help me with a podcast, or I might be able to find some way of bringing you in and doing a video together. If not, then yeah, you can come round here and we'll both do the podcast and get our opinions on things. At the moment, I'll do some on my own, and then when it's suitable for you, I'll have you in, and you can be a guest and put your opinions out as well. Same shit, different day. It's about right. Same for me. Bloody people I send applications off to, and they haven't even got the decency to respond to me. I just get ghosted all the time. So, yeah. Oh well, fuck them. If they're not gonna contact me and I've made the effort, it's their loss, not mine. They're the ones that should have hired me, and they didn't. So good luck with whoever else they took on, because you know I've got no interest in helping any of them out now. Right, I'm just going to go and get another cup of tea. It's 6 minutes past 8. I'll be back in about 2 minutes, and we'll continue on. While I'm away, if there's anything you want to talk about, put it in the chat in there, and yeah, I'll come back and we'll deal with that in a few moments. Just give me 2 seconds.
Off the backbreaker, bailing out. Things up and shaking the matchup. Oh, how frustrating that for Laura. You have the match woman. That's right there. The Empress of tomorrow with perfect timing. Problem with these triple threat matches. Roxanne Perez now kick to the midsection. Looking for power. Bailey, connecting. Shoulders down. Curry staying right place, right time. Every single team has had a major opportunity to win this one, but the timing of those tags really does. And the penalty is keeping this alive, and now Roxanne Perez is completely lost. Roxanne by reset now, into the ropes. On a big kick, tag made, lives legal. Oh, he's there. Not sure Kyrie Sane realizes that Morgan is illegal now in the matchup as he sends Roxanne Perez out. Are hitting to Montreal. Well, that was chaotic. A number one contenders matchup as stampede. This was the moment clearing out Roxanne Perez, dropping a car. Was very safe. And Liv Morgan there to pass with an oblivion one. Spike right later. And we have new number one contenders in the women's tag ranks. They will compete against the champs Io Sky and Rhea Ripley in 2 weeks' time. Saturday night main event in Montreal. Yeah, a week from Saturday in Montreal. It's Saturday night's main event. And speaking of Montreal, Friday night SmackDown and Saturday night's main event are coming to the Bell Center in Montreal next Friday and Saturday. Weeks from Friday, combo of individual event tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster.
All right, I'm back. Do you know what? I was in the kitchen and I thought, this cup that I've got, this mug, is a little bit too small. And I thought of the Jaws movie. And when they said we're going to need a bigger boat, I thought, yeah, I'm going to need a bigger mug. And then I realised I had this one. Look at the size of this. Look at that. World's biggest hangover. Look at the size of the mug. So I thought that will last me while I'm talking to all of you. It's a massive, massive thing. It really is. That's what she said as well, by the way. So yeah, I've got that. Dear. Right. Okay. Where are we? Oh yeah, thanks for playing Anaconda film the other day. Yeah, that's a classic. As they go further on though, they just get stupid. A bit like the Jaws films, they get ridiculous the further you go on. And Fast and Furious. How stupid have they got now? In the build up to number 11, we've got like 10 Fast and Furious films, and they all just get gradually like worse and worse and more unrealistic and far-fetched as possible the more that they do. It's like half of that stuff is not even possible in real life. It's just stupid. They should stop at a certain point. They should have stopped it after Paul Walker died. Not only as a tribute to him, but they should have found a way to end it. But no, they've gone on and on and on and on, and just too many films, and they just don't make any sense. And the more that they do, the worse they get. Do you know what? It's really weird. When I first started doing these lives, I did a test stream first, and then I went on to ask people if they wanted to see more and more, if they wanted to see me continue these, and the majority of people said yes. And first of all, when you start doing them, you feel a bit awkward on camera because you're only talking to what looks like yourself, but you can see the chat in the other side of the screen, in the chat box. So then you don't know what to say, nerves kick in, and you try and overcome that by doing a little bit more and a little bit more. And over a period of time, I feel more comfortable doing a live and sitting here talking to the people that are in the chat than I do talking to somebody outside in real life. Chats in real life don't last as long as they do when you've got a live going, which seems weird, but that's actually true. Well, with me anyway. But the more I've done of these streams, the more confident I feel about talking and engaging with everyone in the chat there. Obviously, we get some new people in sometimes, and here and there we get some of the others, like Haunted Sessions, that's now gone. It's Jason Butler Vlogs. He won't be here tonight though because he's taking his wife to work, and then he's got something on the TV to watch and bits and bobs. So I'll let him off that one, but he's not going to get away with that excuse every single week. So, you know, I'll have to remind him that he's not going to get away with it every week. But yeah, that's the weird thing about the YouTube. You become more comfortable over a period of time. It's a bit daunting, first of all, when you start talking into the camera, but when you get used to it, it's pretty easy, pretty easy, and you got nothing to worry about. Oh, I wonder what happened there. It went black for a second, the screen, then it come back. I won't be on here for long as NLY. What's that? Sorry, Joe, I don't know what you mean there. Still, Renee. Oh, that's just Renee in the conversation. Oh, Coles the other night. Yeah, it was good. After you left me, I got round there, had a few drinks. He had a few drinks. His son Elliot was there as well. We watched Predator Badlands movie. there was some buffet food laid out, mini pizzas, sausage rolls, pigs in blankets, bacon rolls, pickled onions, a few other things. And then we had a game on FC24, me versus Elliot. And next thing I know is I looked at the clock, or my watch actually, and it was 5-1 in the morning. So I didn't get home till 1:30. So yeah, then I was in bed by 2:30, and I was awake at 10 o'clock the following morning. So, yeah, it was a good night though. Good night. Apparently, next week, James and Emily are talking about going out. James's brother is apparently bringing his new girlfriend. Me and Cole are going to probably go, and I think his son Elliot wants to come along as well. So, yeah, it's going to be another one probably Saturday night this week coming. That's what she said. I wish, but probably won't happen anytime soon, or more or less never. That you'll be well. Say what again? Oh, how was it at Coles? Oh, I'll just break it down a little bit. We had a few drinks. He laid some buffet food out. We watched Predator Badlands. Then I played Elliot on FC24. And next thing I know, it was nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, so I didn't go home till 1:30. I got into bed at 2:30, and I was up at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. So it was a good night. It was a good night. And apparently we're meant to be out next week as well. So if that goes ahead, then, we'll be out a few drinks and a game of pool, I think. I think that's at least what the plan is. Let me check my 15. $15.8. Yeah, it's gone down again. Alright. Good job in that live far. Yeah, he's only like literally round the corner from where you left. It's only when you go into town, you got a bit further to come back. But if you've got people with you that live relatively near to where you are, it's all good. Scammer alert. Hackers getting smart. Haunted the truth. I'll watch that later on. Yeah. If he was a bit further away, it would have been a bit of an awkward and long walk home. I mean, I wasn't pissed. But what I'm saying is, if he lived further away, I wouldn't want to walk too far back, if that makes any sense. Oh, lovely. All right, we've got 10 minutes left before 8:30, and I'll end the stream. Then I'm going to go back and watch the rest of Centre Strange video, if he's still going. I think he should be 4:30, 9:30. He'll finish, because he started at 4:30, so usually does a 5-hour stream. So I'll catch the tail end of that. Yeah, and then I think I'm going to hit the sack. Just going to watch this film called Sneakers with River Phoenix. What's that all about? Never heard of it. Sidney Poitier, Robert Redford, Dan Aykroyd, Ben Kingsley, David Strathairn. It's got some good actors in it. What's it about though? Oh, here we are. A group of security specialists are hired to steal a black box, but soon realise the job has nefarious and far-reaching consequences. Sounds interesting. I'll tell you another one that was good. Was a movie. I watched it a long time ago and I enjoyed it. It was a movie called Armored, and the story, the film, everything was just really, really good. I enjoyed it. So I think I might have to try and find it on Blu-ray or something later on and order it or buy it from the shop, because that film was really good. I sort of predicted what was going to happen, and it was just like a scene from Grand Theft Auto 5 when you steal the Grupp 6 trucks and you drive them to that underground area where near the bridge, and you get ambushed by Merryweather and everyone while you're trying to load up the cars with the gold that you've had modded, and then you have that epic chase scene and everything. It was very similar to that, you know. I hope you enjoy it, Joe. You have to let me know what it's like. I might check out myself if it's any good once you've seen it. I don't think it's on Netflix, is it? So I'll have to see where it's available to watch. All right. So what's everyone's plans for the rest of the evening then? Once the stream finishes, what are you all doing? All right, Jay. Thanks for coming in. I'll speak to you later if you want to give me a ring or a text or something, because I might have an early night tonight. I'm just watching Raw at the moment, so that'll finish a bit in a couple of hours, I suppose. So I'll speak to you before I hit the sack if you feel like ringing. If not, then just text me and we'll talk at another time suitable for you. Thanks for coming in, though. Appreciate it. Watch a bit more YouTube and off to bed. I have a habit of doing that. I see things pop up and I purposely leave them for a while so that when I go to bed, before I go to sleep, I can put the YouTube on and watch it. But the fact is that I tend to get more tired now watching YouTube videos. I find myself, not that they're boring, but I find myself usually with the colours and the flashing lights and whatever you're watching and things, are supposed to retain your attention, But I find that now I tend to get more sleepy when I'm watching YouTube, so I then stop it and get my head down. But yeah, I do. I've got to admit, I watch far too much YouTube, other people's channels, other videos, lots and lots and lots of stuff. And I could be there for hours. If my phone was fully charged, I could sit there for hours going through YouTube content and watching things that I haven't seen yet or things that I've got to finish off watching. And yeah, it's a bit unhealthy, my binging on YouTube. It really is. And I watch a lot. Not some of the other channels I used to watch back in the day because they bore the shit out of me now. So I've stopped watching them. But, prank videos can only be entertaining for so long, They get to a point where they become stale the more that people do. And then other people try and do it to try and boost their channel, and then more do it, and then more and more comes. And in the end, you're like, I've had enough of this now. That's enough for me. And it's the same with some other content. You can only watch so much before stopping and giving it a break before it comes too, repetitive and boring. Unless it's somebody who's got really good, like, rapport with people and they know how to talk and how to present themselves on live stream, and they've got that charisma and they've got that thing that brings people to them no matter what they do. Then that makes the video worth watching. But I don't like this over the top, being all loud and proud and, all this over dramatized stuff just to make you look, like you got some sort of charisma to you, because you haven't. You just look stupid when you do that. So it sort of puts me off when I see those channels as well. And also, if you see clickbait thumbnails where someone's got their own face, where they're doing something like this and like that and looking into the camera and then putting the picture next to them for the thumbnail and all that puts me off watching the video already before I've even clicked on it. When you see a clickbait video thumbnail, you just know to avoid it. You really do just learn to avoid it. Watch the rest of Fright Night Project video, then probably disappear down the Essex Boys rabbit hole again. Yeah, I've been watching a bit of that. Interesting. I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was one of the Blundells. I watched a documentary and they called the Essex Boys in for a sit down, and Pat Tate and Craig Rolfe and Tony Tucker. Now, only Pat Tate turned up. Tucker and Rolfe weren't there. According to, I think it was Billy Blundell, his name was. And he said to Pat, look, the one we want, or the one that's wanted, is Tony Tucker. It's not you. But if you get involved with him, unfortunately, things are going to happen to you as well. And he just turned around, according to sources, and said, well, if something happens, it happens. And they went down to Workhouse Lane off Rettendon Turnpike that night. And the rest is history. Now, if Pat Tate hadn't have gone that night, and it was only Tucker and Rolfe, Pat Tate would still be alive. But I don't know for how much longer he would still be alive on his own if he didn't go that night with Craig and Tony. Maybe he'd have lasted a couple more years or something, but there's always going to be people out there that wanted him out the way as well. So, but he was the type of guy who didn't let anything get to him. They said he was a nice family man, good dad, great husband and everything. But when the drugs took hold and he had a drink, he became a totally different person and did things his own way, so to speak. And, didn't think about the consequences. But yeah, if he hadn't have gone with Tony and Craig that night, he would have still been alive. But as I said, how long he'd be alive for after that incident happened is unknown. But he went with them, and all three of them were murdered. So 30-something years ago that was it 1995? 31 years ago. 31 years ago it was. Your name makes me think of 2001. Who's that you're talking about? Unless you're talking to somebody else. Yeah, Billy Blundell, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. It could be classed as disrespect, because if you call a sit down and you don't turn up, then that's a bit disrespectful to that person, isn't it? So they might have seen it that way. But that wouldn't have been the reason that the Essex Boys were murdered. The reason they were killed was because they were seen as a problem. And I think Billy wanted to sit down and try and sort it all out. And with exactly what you were saying, Dave, with them not turning up, it was seen as a bit of a slap in the face to him and a bit disrespectful. And you know, gangsters don't stand for disrespect. But I think because Pat Tate was the only one who went, I think Billy must have had a little bit of respect for Pat for coming in and, you know, attending the meeting. It shows some respect somewhere. But still, that didn't stop whatever happened from happening, did it? Because they were apparently causing so much trouble and upsetting a lot of people. And I think they owed a lot of money, if I'm not mistaken, which was probably part of the reason why they were taken out. But we'll never know the real reason why. We'll never know who did it. I don't think Worms and Steele did it, but they were in the frame for it, and they're still debating their innocence and proclaiming their innocence to this day. So we're never going to know the truth unless all the information is revealed by a freedom of access. But then it can only be freedom of access after a period of no more than 10 years or so. Then it can become public knowledge by showing whatever's written on all the documentation. So yeah, we'll never know. We'll never know unless, you know, everything is exposed to us and the truth is revealed. So, but it's very interesting though, and it's part of our history, isn't it? So I've been past the Rettendon Turnpike and Workhouse Lane. I've never been down there. I think it'll be interesting to go down there one day and see, you know, what it's like now, 30 years after. I saw a video a little while ago. A guy went down there, did a YouTube video while he was there, and it looks considerably different to the time when the Essex boys arrived there. Most of the hedging's been cut back, and the gate I don't think is there anymore that they stopped at where they were shot. Everything is completely different down there now. I think he had a 60% blockage in an artery. Who was that? So I hear that Natalie is going to bring you into my SC team. Yeah, not yet. But when the time comes, obviously Natalie wants me to be in with the online crew. So I've never played a Sniper Elite game in my life at the moment, so that would be interesting. But yeah, one day when I'm all set up and I'm all good, I'll when agreeable with you, I'll join in for a little session and have a laugh with you all. So if you'll accept me, I'll be grateful. Oh, Pat had a 60% blockage. Yeah, it's probably because of all the steroids and the work at the gym that he put in to bulk up and stuff. Hey, Jason, welcome in. How you doing? Happy New Year. I've just seen your name pop up. I'm just about to finish in a moment. I'm going to give it another, because you've arrived now. I think I've just seen you come in, so I'm going to give it another 5-10 minutes. 8:45 will be the latest. I'll stop the stream now. Hope you're doing well, Jason. Have you you managed to get into Strange Stream lately? Yeah, I've just got it on as well. I don't know how far in front or behind you are in what I'm watching, but I'm up to the Vision versus, I think is it Dragon Lee, Penta, Yeah, Dragon Lee and Penta. Yeah, it started at 8 tonight because I think they're in the UK, aren't they? I can't get the information on Netflix. Oh shit! I just pressed back. Hang on. Oh no, that might work. Hold on. Oh yes. Started at 7. Oh, I missed an hour. Never mind. I didn't realise it said 7 o'clock. I thought Jason Butler Vlogs, aka Jason Butler, said it was 8 o'clock. So I missed an hour. It's not his fault. I thought that was the start time. Maybe he got it mixed up as well. Started at 7 apparently. Anyway, never mind. I'm at that part and they're in Germany. Oh, you're not watching Raw? Oh, yes, you are. Yeah, that was the right. No, I'm watching this tonight's Monday Night Raw, and that's from the United Kingdom. It started at 7 o'clock, so I missed an hour. The one you watched was in Berlin. The one you're watching is in Berlin, I think. That's the Ron Breakker versus CM Punk, January 5th, I think, isn't it? No, hold on. Yeah, that was last week, wasn't it? In Berlin. Oh, I can't remember. Drew McIntyre and that was on SmackDown, wasn't it? Yeah, SmackDown was Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed title. Yeah, this is the second Raw of 2026. The first one on the 5th was the very first episode, and what a cock up that was with their collaboration with Stranger Things. That was awful. Haunted the Truth, welcome in. I've not watched WWE since the Attitude Period and D-Generation X. Yeah, I remember all that. Yeah, unfortunately, Triple H don't wrestle no more, does he? So, yeah, House of Lechmere, that was the one, down at the Essex Boys site, yeah. Would you like to... See, I go by names for YouTube channels. Would you like me to say Mark, your name, or would you like me to say your YouTube name? It's up to you, but I always go with the name I see that's in the chat, the YouTube name. So, no, that Raw was whichever is it. Oh, okay, no problem. Some people have specifics. They like to be called by their real name or their other name that they use online. So I just thought I'd ask. Yeah, Jason, the Monday Night Raw was just terrible. The collab with Stranger Things, which was just a waste of time. Michael Cole and Corey Graves coming out and saying things are going to get strange, and then they had the Stranger Things music and the Stranger Things logos and everything everywhere, and they didn't do anything with it. You were waiting for something to happen and nothing happened. There were no cast there that the camera could pan to in the front row or anything like that. All the stars of the series, no one there, nothing. And all they did was overlay the Stranger Things theme over the top of drone footage as it showed the city skyline, and occasionally they used a bit of Stranger Things music again. They talked about the finale series and everything else a little bit, but it was a terrible collaboration because nobody was there to actually present it as a collab. So it was just a waste of time. They might as well have just had a bog standard WWE Raw. It was the most stupidest thing. And they took most of the time up with very few matches, doing recaps and replays and things that not even many of the talent got any airtime on TV when the matches had finished. It's not worth it. They might as well have dropped that whole. If they knew the cast that acted in Stranger Things were not going to be there, they should have scrapped the whole of the Stranger Things thing and done it at another time. Because that was just ridiculous. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, exactly. The Wyatt Six. They weren't even on there, were they? I mean, no, it's just, I don't know what's going on with WWE at the moment. They need to sort it out. They really need to sort out what they're doing. I haven't watched since 2019. Wow. I started watching in 1997 when you had Bret Hart, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels. Who else was there? Goldust, Booker T. Was it Booker T? I'm not sure if he was in it in 97. But... Anyway, yeah, I started watching that when it was, back in the day with all those, Hall of Famers. I think it was, what's his name? Rick Rude, Hulk Hogan. All of them were there. Bret Hart was just my favourite wrestler of all time. Once I'd watched him, I was like hooked. I couldn't wait till next week to find out what was going on. Yeah, when I started watching, Jason, it was just before the Montreal Screwjob, and I saw that play out live. Even the footage of the backstage in the locker room when Bret Hart knocked out Vince, all that stuff was, showed on air at the time, and yeah, it was a dick move what they did. Bret Hart wanted to drop the title, but not in his hometown of Canada. He said he was quite happy to do it after the pay-per-view, and Shawn could, gladly have it. He'd surrender it. Their rivalry, would keep going, but Vince decided that he was going to do the Montreal Screwjob and screw Bret out the title because he thought Bret was going to take it to WCW and do something like Alundra Blaze did when she dropped it in the trash can at the announcers table. So Vince didn't want to take any chances, so they kept it all a secret in collaboration with a small amount of people, and they just screwed Bret out the title instead and gave it to Shawn. So that was just a shyster move. It really was. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't have the Wyatts, but I sort of agree with it in a way because I like the fact that they're using the Wyatts for a little while. Then they're taking them off TV and they do the little vignettes, with the static and the television thing, and they have their sort of video, speech. And then they come back at another time, but they're not on screen for too long. So people are not getting fed up with it rammed down their throats every single week. The Wyatts are there 1 minute, they're gone the next, and then they're back again. And I like the way that WWE are doing that. When they had the Bloodline, and now what they're doing with Solo Sikoa's MFT, My Family Tree, they need to do the same as they're doing with the Wyatts. hold them back off television for a little while, give them a small amount of airtime, and have them come and go, but build it up. Build up the rivalries that they're currently building up to in small amounts. That way the fans don't get so bored and don't have to see it every single week. It works better that way, and WWE would learn a lot from doing it like that. Where are we? They need Vince. I don't think they do. I think the best thing that can happen is Vince staying away from WWE. But if Triple H needs, some advice, then he can speak to Vince, and Vince can give him some pointers as he's now in charge of the business. So it will be Vince's on call to give him some help rather than be actually involved in WWE again. Plus, he's getting older now as well. He's not going to be able to do it for much longer, is he? I think he's coming into his 80s now, isn't he? But I think Vince will be there to help, Triple H out should he need him. I mean, he's not going to say no to his son-in-law, is he? I was 13 years old when that happened. 13, blimey. Best match ever, Mankind versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. A lot of it was real. Yeah, I know. When he went through the top of the cage, the chair bounced and hit him and he lost a tooth and it came into his nose, didn't it? When he looked around, you could see a little white bit sticking out of his nose. And it's where the tooth had gone up and jammed into his actual nose. Then, of course, first of all, Undertaker ran him off the top of the cell. And he went 15 feet through the announcer's table as well. And he still got back. He still got up and went back for more. It was only over after he got chokeslammed on the thumbtacks after going through the ceiling and tombstoned. And then that was the end of it. But it was a good match. But I always think my most favourite match is the one that got match of the year in around WrestleMania 25. After that, Undertaker Shawn Michaels Part 1. They put on a barnstormer of a match there. It was a barn burner. It was so good. The few spots went wrong. Undertaker missed Shawn Michaels and Shawn landed on the floor chest first after doing a backflip off of the turnbuckle to the outside of the ring. And Undertaker wasn't there. And Shawn Michaels just hit the ground full force. But it was still a great match. They both gave everything they had, and it was just brilliant. Brilliant. The other one I like is Rock versus Hogan Part 1. That was a great match. Can't remember what WrestleMania that was, but he took on Hulk Hogan and The Rock. Brilliant match. Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12 was good. Was that Brett versus... No, it wasn't Brett versus Owen, was it? Brett versus Owen was WrestleMania 10. The same night that Shawn Michaels took on Razor Ramon in a ladder match for the Intercontinental title, wasn't it? Yeah, on WCW Monday Nitro, Augusta, Georgia. Yeah, she dumped the WWE belt in a WCW waste bin on live TV. That will get you some heat and some ratings, wouldn't it? WCW's downfall was the fact that they gave away live on air that Mankind had won the WWE title from The Rock in their match, or he was going to win, and everybody abandoned WCW and went over to WWE because they wanted to see the match. So WCW shot themselves in the foot there, and they lost a lot of ratings and went right down. And eventually it contributed to the closure of the company. it wasn't just that made the company collapse, but that was a part of it. R.I.P. Hulkster, yeah. He didn't endear himself till the end of his career, but, you know, you can't take away from what he did in the WWE and, you know, the sacrifices he made all that time he was in WWE. You know, you can't knock what he did. Even in WCW as well, you know, you can't knock him. You can with the things that he's done outside of WWE, because they were just unforgivable, some of it. But what he did in the ring, you can't knock him for. I met him once in Kansas City. That was cool. What were you doing up there, and how did that happen? And Hot Rod. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're both gone now, unfortunately. It's a shame Shane won't return to WWE. He was in talks with AEW or TNA, I think, about possibly going there. Last thing I heard. Piper, thumbs up. Shane would be great. Yeah, the problem is, though, he gets a bit carried away and he ends up throwing like real punches. And a lot of people get frustrated after a while. They say he's hard to get to adapt to the script or how they want things to be. And when he gets a bit, you know, into it, he ends up throwing real hands and people, you know, don't expect it because he just clicks into a mode where he just swings his hands like he's street fighting and he starts actually really hitting people. So I think Jericho was the only one that fought back. He said to Shane, calm down, and Shane carried on. And he said, I'm telling you, calm the fuck down. And in the end, there was a spot where Shane was supposed to go into the turnbuckle. And I think Jericho either went up on the top rope or he did a standing drop kick or so. I think he done it from the air, if I remember right. And he full force kicked Shane in the face with both the bottoms of his wrestling boots because he was getting so pissed off with Shane getting real and throwing real punches that he just put more effort into kicking out as he was in the air, and Shane got it, boom, straight in the face, and he went down like a sack of spuds. After that, I think Jericho said that Shane was back on track after that, and the rest of the match went really well. He said I had to do that to get him to calm down. A funny little story that Jericho told on one of the podcasts. Foley came out in the main event too. Me and my uncle and cousin and a friend of mine were at Pittsburgh that night to see Undertaker versus Mankind, the famous Hell in a Cell match. That's cool. I've been to see a few WWE events, but nothing like the real mainstream pay-per-views or anything like that. I went to Raw and SmackDown. I've been to some Capital Carnage shows, or PLEs as they call them now. Yeah, I've seen some WWE events. Really good. WrestleMania 18. Oh, it was WrestleMania 18, Hogan and Rock. Okay, the first one, yeah. They should never have done the first and second of Undertaker Michaels and Rock Hogan because they just sucked. Absolutely sucked. Nowhere near as good as the first match. They tried to recreate it again, but it just didn't work. Just did not work. HBK versus Bret Hart Iron Man match. Yeah, I remember that. Do you remember also the Stone Cold Bret Hart match, the I Quit match, where Bret ended up with Austin in the sharpshooter and he was busted open, and the more that Bret put the pressure on, the more blood was pouring down the face of Stone Cold before he passed out. That was crazy, that match. Crazy. Vince brought them out in the end, I think. Oh, okay, cool. I was 3 when Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant. That's why apparently that's why he couldn't walk properly later in life, because nobody else had ever been able to do a body slam on Andre, and they said that Hulk Hogan could do it. And he went out there, and of course he did it. He lifted up Andre and body slammed him. They called it the slam heard around the world. I think it was something like that. They've had some ridiculous things like the finger poke of doom and all that. That was just stupid. But yeah, they had this thing called the slam heard around the world. And when Hogan lifted Andre up, all his weight was on Hogan, and Andre is a big guy. And that's why his back later in life was no good, and he had to have surgery, because all that weight and stress of lifting Andre up and slamming him on the ground, then it didn't do him any justice later on. That's why he had back surgeries in hospital and everything. I don't even know how heavy Andre the Giant was, but Hulk Hogan wasn't. But I mean, that pressure of lifting Andre the Giant up and then slamming him, that's a lot of stress on your back and everything else. So I'm not surprised, to be honest, that happened later in life. I mean, you saw how hard it was for him to walk, didn't you? At some point when he came out to WWE and tried to go to the ring, he was walking like, well, he was coming up to being an old man at that time too, but he was walking like an old man, and he wasn't that old yet by then. I saw Mayhem in Manchester, Passport to Pain, UK Nitro and Thunder event that preceded the plane ride from hell. Oh, okay. Blimey, you've seen a fair few of them then, haven't you? Tickets these days are just far too expensive, though, and fans are not getting what they pay for. I mean, how can you put a PLE on, charge fans extortionate money, or like £500 and something a ticket, and if you're going to take a family of four, that's £2,000, nearly £3,000, and you've only paid to see the show. You haven't paid for snacks or drinks. You haven't paid for anything else, and you've already paid £3,000 to take your family to see a show that's only got 4 matches on the card. It's sickening. It's sickening nowadays. And Bruce Pritchard was on a podcast the other day saying that 4 matches on a PLE is the way forward. What an idiot. What a complete and utter prat. I think it was doing the leg drop. Oh, the leg drop combined, yeah, with the pressure on the tailbone and everything as well. Every time you land, yeah. That and slamming Andre didn't help his back at all. Got to go, got some editing to do. Catch you later. Thanks, Mark. Haunted the Truth. Thanks for coming in, supporting. Don't forget to pop by anytime. We're here every Monday, 7:30, for a little while. Chat about whatever you like. Take your mind off what's going on in the world at the moment and just get away from it all. So hopefully I'll see you another time. Have a good night, mate, and enjoy your evening. Right, it's coming up 9 o'clock, so I think this is a good time to end the stream. I've done an hour and a half. I've got my cup of tea. I've had something to eat. I'm going to get myself sorted out and get ready for an early night. So I want to thank you all for coming in. What have we got here? See, Vince knew that wasn't a good business model, what they're doing now. No, Vince knew what would work and what wouldn't work. He had that knowledge about him of the business, and I think Triple H is still just learning that. So you can't really put all the blame on him, but some of it is down to the writers, some of it is down to creative, as to why some things don't work. But Vince had the knowledge of what worked and what didn't, and how to do things, storylines and stuff. The one thing he was good at is determining who would be suitable as a heel And because of the merch sales as well, he was very shrewd about who would do what because of the merch sales. And this is why John Cena never turned heel for a long time. It's because the merch sales was so high because he was the good guy and everybody loved him, and all kids and other people were buying t-shirts, sweatbands, everything. And, you know, everybody loved Cena. Cena was the good guy, and Cena was the one bringing in the money for the company. If they turned him heel, Vince knew that those sales would drop. The money wouldn't be coming in so much, and people wouldn't be buying so much of the merch. So that's why he never pulled the trigger on doing a heel turn. And then last year, before John Cena retired, Triple H decided to go for it, pulled the trigger, turned John Cena heel at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. They had 5 weeks or 5 months of him being a heel, and it was so bad that they had to change him back again and use Cody Rhodes as the reason why he became a face again, because the heel turn was just terrible. As I said on my podcast, they had no change of music for him, no change of clothes, no new gimmick. It looked like the good guy trying to play the bad guy, and it did not work. So after about 5 weeks, 5 months, however long it lasted, WWE decided that this is a terrible move. We shouldn't have done it, and we're going to have to bring him back as a face now. And that's how he finished his career. He won the Intercontinental title, that was from Dominic Mysterio, became a Grand Slam champion, and then lost it back to him a few weeks before he had his final match against Gunther, which everyone hates Gunther for now. So, been to Raw, not SmackDown. Went to WrestleMania 27 at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, and a few TNA events. I'd love to go to WrestleMania. I really would one day. It's just the money, though. You know, flying out, hotel. It's going to cost a lot. And then, of course, you've got to get your food, your drinks. Yeah, it's a lot of money. They know they can rely on the Saudi money. Well, that's a good, a good influx of money they're pouring in, isn't it? Saudis are paying them a lot for going out there and having their crown jewel events, aren't they? Well, when he gave up, it was nonchalant. I mean, if you look at John Cena's face when he gave up, he looked like he was just like, oh, well, whatever. I'll just... And that's how he tapped out. It was crap. Absolute crap. It was along the lines of as bad as Goldberg versus Lesnar in their final match years ago. That was so bad that both of them were laughing. And I'm surprised they got to the end of the match because it was awful. Really awful. Okay, well, yeah, it's just gone 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna call it a night. So I want to say thanks to everyone for being in. Oh, Daniel's just arrived. Just as I'm about to clock off. I've done an hour and a half. Daniel, you're late. Hope you're doing well, though. Happy New Year. Welcome in. Haven't heard much from Natalie tonight. I don't think I've tried to go through all the chats and reply to everything, so I think I've done that. I didn't see anything from Natalie, so I haven't ignored her. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here tonight. Thanks for coming and supporting once again for a little while we take our mind off all the crap that's going on in the world and have this Monday night chat thing going on. Thanks, Jason. Yes, I did. I had a very good New Year, and hopefully my situation will get better in the coming months and things will start looking up, because the last 5 years have been pretty depressing, so to speak. But anyway, yeah, thanks for your message there. Yeah, we'll be back next week, same time, same place, and we'll do it all again. We'll be up to episode 106. So I hope to see you all there for that. So David, Natalie, Renee, Daniel. I'm sorry, Daniel, you've come in now, but I'm just about to finish after an hour and a half. So I'm getting tired now, and I want to sort myself out for an early night tonight because I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning and it's now 9 o'clock at night. So I've done nearly 24 hours and I do need to get some sleep in a bit. Yeah, so let's once again, Renee, David, Moriarty, Natalie, Jason, Daniel, Haunted the Truth, Mark, The Shadows, and anyone else that was in the chat. Jay Asgar, thanks for coming in as well. Anyone else that was in the chat but didn't speak, that was just lurking, thanks for being here as well. And I believe, can someone tell me before I go if Strain's still streaming? Renee, Daniel, Natalie, anyone? Because if he is, I'll see you over there when I finish here. So I think he's got another 40 minutes to go because he started at 4:30 and his streams are usually 5 hours. So I'll see you over there if he is. If he's finished, then nothing I can do about it. But yeah, I will see you all back here next week. I'll see some of you on Strain's stream in a minute. The rest of you, have a great week. Strain's ended. All right, thank you, Daniel. Thanks very much. Thanks for the heads up. I'll see you next week then. Same time, same place. We'll do it all again. Again, thanks for being here. Have a great evening. Happy New Year to you all. I wish you all the best. Take care during the week. Keep safe and bye for now. And thank you to whoever left the 2 likes today on the stream. That's much appreciated. So, yeah. I'll catch you all later.